Happy holidays, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing great. It is the holiday season. It is December. Christmas and gift giving and holidays and Hanukkah and all that stuff are here. So without further ado, we're gonna get into a gift guide. And this gift guide is particularly for photographers. So if you have any photographer friends or any people that you know like photography, or if you just want to send this to someone and you're into photography and kind of nudge them and give them a hint, this might be the video for you. Now, as a photographer, I know it is hard for people to buy gifts for you because typically if they go onto photography websites like B&H or Pictureline or whatever it is, they see things and it's like, they see a camera and it's like $4,000. They see a lens like $2,000 and they're like, holy crap, is there anything that I can get that's not gonna like kill me? You know, because it's a lot. Photographers, we know, it hurts every time you buy something. It hurts. It's hard to buy gifts for photographers. Trust me, I know. And so, oh, my hair. We're gonna go over some really quick, simple things that you can get, ranging from cheaper to on the more pricey side for any of your photography friends or for yourself. So let's get started with thing number one, and that would be photo books. Yes, I've made a whole video of them before, and photo books are amazing. They're a great way to give inspiration to friends, and that's the great part about these is that, you know, when flipping through these, I mean, these photos are timeless. That's the amazing part about photo books is that whether it's something like Ansel Adams or even this book, Dune, by Josh Brolin and Greg Fraser. I mean, this book is just beautiful. I mean, if you guys know any photographers or filmmakers that love movies and cinematography and you want to get them something that they will love forever, like get them this book. If they love Dune, this is a sick, amazing book to get them. I mean, look at that. Keep in mind, it doesn't necessarily have to be photo books. You can also do things like this. Mastering Film Photography. It's a great gift guide for people who are starting to get into film photography. I mean, this thing goes over so much. It goes over what types of film to use, the characteristics of a film camera, like the characteristics of film itself, and it's actually really cool. So, I mean, that would be an amazing gift as well. And you can even go as far as to get them a photo book of one of their favorite artists, like for me, Vincent van Gogh. I love Vincent van Gogh, and I have many books on him, and a lot of them were gifted to me, and I really love them. Photo books are amazing. Keep that in mind. They make a great gift, and they also mean a lot. All right, thing number two, we're gonna go with Instax or Polaroid cameras. I mean, these things are relatively cheap depending on how you wanna look at it, but they make for great gifts because these little things, you know, they're really small, they're really fun, they're plastic, but they hold memories. And that's what I love about these is that like you get a photo from this and you know, it might not look like the best photo ever taken, but it's a memory. And it's really cool when, you know, you have your friends all gathered around a table after a fun event and you've just been snapping a whole bunch of these and they're all like flipping through them and like, you know, sharing them and like passing them around and then taking photos of them, and it makes for fun times. And then that's a gift that people will always end up using no matter what. There's always a time for an Instax or a Polaroid camera. They just make memories, and I love it. Okay, also get them film. All right, number three is something as simple as a candle. Yes, candles are amazing, and I don't know, this might just be me, but when I'm working in the office, I'm kind of like in this little bubble of creativity, and I'm kind of just not wanting to break it because as soon as I break out of the bubble, it's hard for me to go back in. And one thing that helps set the mood is having a really nice, good smelling candle. It actually does help a lot. For me personally, it just kind of brings in the atmosphere, you know, gets me focused, gets me calmed, because scent is a very good thing for, you know, sensory overload and stuff like that, and that can happen a lot, at least for me. Having a really nice smelling candle is really awesome. Plus, I mean, candles are great gifts. I mean, who doesn't love candles? Honestly, I think this past year alone, I've bought in so many candles and I use them a lot to the point where like, every time I go to the store, I almost need to buy a new candle, which I'm okay with. All right, thing number four, a camera tool. This thing is really cool. I mean, this particular one is the Peter McKinnon camera tool that's on his site. I think it's for $100, but there are a bunch of different other camera tools out there. You can go on B&H, go on Amazon, you can find a bunch of different kinds. But these things are really cool because, you know, they're really compact and you can literally take them anywhere. I mean, I've taken this thing around the block. Yeah, I've taken this thing around the world with me. You know, it has things like, you know, different bits for base plates and stuff like that. It has, you know, another screwdriver. It has like a base plate thing for base plates, and it has 1/4 20 screws, and it even holds like an SD card and stuff like that. And like they're so great to have. It's also such a good gift to give someone, because most of the time people are not gonna buy this for themselves, because it's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, I could get it, but also I don't want to spend money. So it makes a great gift, and it makes it so that, you know, when you're gifting it to someone, they end up keeping it in their bag, and then they're like, oh yeah, I have this camera tool, and then all of a sudden they're on set and they're using it like every single day, and then everyone knows them for the camera tool, and they're like, hey, did you bring your camera tool? And they're like, nah, I didn't. But secretly they did because they have it in the back pocket. They just don't want to share it because they know the other person's gonna steal it. So anyways, camera tools, great option. Boom. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5. We're going through this real fast, guys. It's gonna be great. Fuels notebooks. I've talked about these a bunch, and I think they are great because as creatives, you know, ideas come and go, and they're fast and they're fleeting. And something as simple as this, I can keep in my back pocket. You know, it's bendy. It's, you know, it's weatherproof. It's waterproof. It's everything proof. It's really nice to keep in the back pocket with a nice little pen. And that could also be something that you can add into, you know, a little like field mini pen thing, but just to write down ideas. Get someone a pack of 5 or 10 of these, and they will use them all the time, because, you know, like, I mean, this thing is actually completely full, and I need to get a new one because I literally have 3 more pages. They're great for photographers they're great for everyone. I mean, I write my to-do lists on here. I write grocery lists, I write everything on this. And there's something also really satisfying about crossing things out. I don't know, that might just be me, but notebooks, great gift. All right, so these next ones are gonna be a little bit more niche for photographers, and I think they're gonna be something that you probably haven't thought about, but maybe you should. Next thing is a super clamp. Okay, these things are insane. Every photographer and filmmaker will love this. I mean, it's such a silly, weird gift. Like, you get this and you like open this up, and all of a sudden it's like, it's a clamp. But I guarantee if you're friends with the photographer, they'll get this and they'll get giddy because they know how much they will use this. Like, you can never have enough of these. They have, like, this one is a 9 solutions thing. I don't know. It's just this really heavy duty clamp that can clamp onto anything. It has 1/4 and 3/8 screws and stuff like that. You know, I use this for I've used this for mounting audio, mounting lights. I've even used this to actually mount my R5 when I vlog onto like my steering wheel or something like that. So I mean, these are amazing. They are very niche photographers, but they will use it and they will thank you, because these are not a sexy purchase that you want to make by yourself. So getting it for someone else, great. Number 7, 8, 9 are all kind of in the same world. And we're gonna start with like the biggest one, and that would be getting them a vintage camera, getting them a film camera. You know, you might have one of these lying around in your house that you've never used, or you've seen, and it's like your grandparents, older brothers, cousins that, you know, twice removed, and it's just collecting dust. Like these cameras are so amazing, and you know, they're not new cameras, they're older, but they still work amazing. And the best part about these is that, if anything, they're more wanted now than ever. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you have a film camera lying around, or even if you find someone on Facebook Marketplace that's willing to sell one or something like that, buy them. I mean, they make great gifts. I mean, I think I got this Pentax KM for 150 bucks, and I think it came with a 50mm f2, and then it even came with a zoom lens that was like a 70 to 160. For 150 bucks, I got a camera that's a really nice camera. It's a really easy, simple to use SLR film camera, and it takes great photos. I mean, need I say more? Go along with the film cameras, or if you know someone that does shoot a lot of film, obviously the next gift is film. Yes, whether it's 35 or 120 or whatever, if you know someone who shoots a ton of film and loves it, and they're always talking about film, and they're always like, oh my gosh, look at my film photos because film is the best thing ever, it's me sometimes. Get them film and shove it in their face and shut them up, because then, you know, they can't really complain. But, you know, if you're not sure about what to get, just go to a local camera store, tell them, hey, I have a friend who takes a lot of photos, show them their Instagram, and I guarantee those guys will be able to help you out finding some film, whether it's Kodak Color Plus, or, you know, 120 like black and white film, or even infrared film. I don't know. Film is a great gift because this stuff is kind of a pain to buy, but it's also like worth it. But also it would make for a great gift, because then we don't have to buy it, if that makes sense. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but I haven't put the standard lens coffee mug thing on this list, because if you're a photographer, you're bound to have already gotten one of those before. So these are kind of more gifts that aren't the standard. Not that there's anything wrong with having one of these. The last thing to do with film is to go along with those film cameras, and the film is something like this. This is the Vault from Polar Pro. I am not sure if it's still available, but if it is, definitely pick it up. But there are other options like this. Basically, this is something that houses film. So it's really great for people who travel, who, you know, shoot film. You know, they put their film rolls in here, it closes, seals nice and shut. You know, you can get them for 35, you can get them for 120, you can get them for 120 rolls of film. So these are great. I mean, just getting something as simple as a carry case for film, or even like SD cards or batteries, is super nice. It's super helpful, and also it's one of those things where as a photographer, you don't really want to buy because they're not like sexiest purchase. To get them as a gift is actually really nice, because then you don't have to buy them and then you still have them, if you know what I mean. I don't know. And then the last one on our list for right now, number 10, is something like a lens. Now, I know what you're thinking. Lenses are expensive. Yes, they are expensive, but they don't always have to be. And if you really love someone, I mean, yeah, you should show them that love. This here is the Canon 50mm 1.8, and this is a great little lens. This is also known as the Nifty 50. So I had the EF version of this lens, and that was one of the first lenses that I bought that actually like truly like blew my mind with photography, because when you get down to a 1.8 at 50mm, I mean, this is a magical little lens. Honestly, I think every photographer should have this. I mean, it's so light. I think it's like 150, 200 bucks, depending on where you get it or if it's used or not. This makes such a nice gift. And also, like, think about someone's face when they open the package and they see Canon on the freaking box. You didn't. And then they open it and they realize it's not a freaking lens mug, and they're like, oh, it's a real lens. No, but seriously, 50mm 1.8, something as simple and cheap and meaningful as this, that's the main point, meaningful, is gonna make a great gift for someone on your list. All right, everyone, and that is it. This is the gift guide for photographers. 10 things that you could get someone that loves photography or loves creating. Keep in mind, the most important thing is that you make it personalized. You make it, you know, something that you know that they would love. If you know that you have a photographer that loves, you know, Monet or Basquiat or Goya or Rembrandt or any of these amazing artists that have lived it before, and they are inspired by their work, they love their work, they feel connected to their work. Get something that speaks to them, because it shows how much you care as a person, and it just makes the gift worthwhile. I hope you guys have an amazing Christmas time giving gifts and receiving gifts, and remember, take them one step at a time. Enjoy the holidays. The holidays are about time to spend with your family and your friends and loved ones. Have fun, create art, do all the fun things, and I will see you all later. Peace.